What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? So it's just gonna be me tonight. So let me know if you guys can hear me. I don't have my headphones on, but give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up the stream first and foremost. If you're new here, my name is David. I'm half of Sin City Crypto. Actually, I'm a third of Sin City Crypto. We are missing my co-host Robin and also our producer Rocco. So I am just streaming from my house. A lot going on with FTX. There's some rumors about crypto.com. So let me just get this out of the way really quick. When we talk about exchanges like crypto.com, like Huobi, Gate.io, whatever the case may be, and when we bring you some news, right, we share information, it's not to FUD, it's not to scare people. We simply take credible information and we bring it to you, and you do with that information as you please. Now, if you've been part of our community, you know our stance. Right now, we don't think you should hold any cryptocurrency on any exchanges until this FTX smoke clears. CZ came out and said it. This isn't BlockFi was the first, but they won't be the last shoe to drop. And so there is a lot left to come. I have some news on crypto.com, some good news and some potentially bad news. I know a couple of our community members. I know definitely Rocco as well. And Rocco, let me know if this is still true. He was trying to get his money off crypto.com about 4 hours ago and still hasn't processed. And it was with Cardano. And we know Cardano is one of the fastest blockchains out there. So let us know if you guys have had any issues withdrawing from not only crypto.com, but any exchange. And so in these times, it's important for us as a community to stay together, to share information with each other, and not to attack each other or say you're FUDding, you're doing this. Just make sure if you're sharing information, make sure they're from credible sources and you've kind of done the research yourself. So with that being said, this is going to be, I'm going to bring you some information. I'm going to give you my thoughts. But please, if you're in the chat, stay active. If you have any theories, if you have any questions, if you want my thoughts on anything, please throw it out there. And I would love to kind of have a more community talk with you guys and kind of keep you in the loop. But if you have money on FTX, consider that money gone. But don't worry, guys, okay? This stuff happened back in 2016, back in 2012, 2014. This is nothing new to the crypto industry, and crypto always comes back. I can argue that the FTX issue we're having with FTX going down might be one of the best things in the long run that could have happened in crypto. I mean, we all know what Sam Bankman-Fried, well, now we all know what kind of person he was, and we know what he was trying to do with our space, and it wasn't good. And so maybe, just maybe, I know it hurts right now, but maybe in the long term, this might be the best thing that's ever happened to us, but that remains to be seen. All right, so let's talk about, by the way, if you're new here, say hello. If I catch you, I will welcome you. Ken says, can't withdraw. James Wheeler said they stopped trading of Gala, got most of all my Gala out. That's good, guys. Look, even if the exchange has been ironclad, even if they're producing audits, it's just not worth it, guys. It's not worth it. Keeping your crypto on crypto.com to get 3-4% interest, not worth it. Preservation of capital over interest, over gains right now, all the way, okay? Those are my thoughts. All right, let's get into the first piece of news. So this kind of just broke right now, and I'll cut over here so you guys can see. So if you guys remember, FTX, or well, Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX came out with a statement and said the withdrawals we were making on our own is because the Bahamian government, right, because they're domiciled in the Bahamas, their headquarters on the Bahamas, they asked us to, or they gave us approval to. Well, that is false. Bahamian regulator contradicts FTX, says no approval was given for the fund withdrawals. Regulators in the, let me make this a little bigger so you guys can see. So regulators in the Bahamas, where FTX is headquartered, said the bankrupt crypto exchange's claims that Bahamian fund withdrawals were requested by officials was false. This contradicts an FTX statement made on Thursday and highlighted in the commission statement in which FTX claimed, quote, per our Bahamian HQ's regulation and regulators, we have begun to facilitate withdrawals of Bahamian funds. As such, you may have seen some withdrawals processed by FTX recently as we complied with the regulators. Come to find out, this is BS. This is absolute BS. So we can understand now, whatever Sam Bankman-Fried says, whatever FTX says, just pretend like it's the opposite. The opposite is happening. So if they're saying they're looking for liquidity, they're probably taking liquidity away. If they say they're releasing funds because people ask them, they're probably doing the opposite. They're releasing funds into their own account. And so he has shown his true colors. That entire FTX team has shown the true colors. I know Ben from BitBoy Crypto put out he shared some article. I believe it was on Facebook. One of the guys, something Friedberg, can't remember his first name, but he was behind the ultimate bet scandal. And apparently he was the general counsel on FTX. And he held one of the keys, right? Because you need certain multi-sig to release funds out of the wallet. And so he had access to those. And so what a lot of the conspiracy now is that he was the guy facilitating everything and Sam Bankman-Fried was a fall guy. Either way, it's a complete crap show. So which leads me to this. And if you're wondering why people are putting one and parentheses what, this is why. Because this was tweeted an hour and 20 minutes ago. What? Now, was his account hacked? Is he looking, is this guy just a sociopath? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think his account was hacked? Or do you think this man's just an absolute sociopath? Let me know what you guys think. So let's move on to what's been happening, right? So CZ comes out and CZ says, hey guys, we need to do proof of reserves, right? And so he's like, we got ours coming. And then you had Crypto.com jump in, you had Huobi jump in, you had this. Well, apparently what they've been doing is they've been borrowing funds from each other's exchanges right before the snapshot is taken from the third-party audit company to show they have more than what they really have. And I'll show you some evidence on that as well. And I actually have an audit report, an example of Nexo's audit report, just to show you guys how vague it is. How absolutely vague it is. And then I'm going to show you the court document from the federal judge in South Carolina that highlighted all the issues with this said audit report. So this is from rug.io on Twitter. Huobi announced 18.1 million in crypto can't be withdrawn on FTX, which 13.2 million are customer assets. A $14 million unsecured loan will cover the client loss, creating a $32 million debt for Huobi. Like I said before, there will be unpredictable fallout from FTX in the following weeks. And this right here is from Huobi. It says the company has a balance of approximately 18.1 million, which they can't get out of FTX. And so when we talk about this thing is far from over, we mean it. This thing is far from over. And so there's also credible sources say that any money, any funds raised from FTX, there was a stipulation. If FTX gave you money, they required you to hold some of your liquidity or some of your customer funds or some of your capital on their exchange. And so we've shown you the little spider web chart. We've shown you a freaking Venn diagram. We've shown you all the different companies that Sam Bankman-Fried, Alameda Ventures, and FTX had their hands in. And if we assume that this is true, which the source is extremely credible, then like this could be the most catastrophic thing that's happened to centralized exchanges, to crypto as far as fraud. And it all stems from one person, from one exchange. Let's move on. This is from attorney John Deaton. So people are wondering, Sam Bankman-Fried going to prison. BitBoy thinks so. I believe he's going to prison. He said, as a former federal prosecutor and criminal defense lawyer, I find the title of this article absurd. The BlockFi acquisition alone establishes jurisdiction, which remember, BlockFi is domiciled in the United States. So their acquisition into a U.S. domiciled company, now they can say, hey, you are in our jurisdiction. And specific intent to defraud, he's facing a lot more than 20 years in prison. That's what John Deaton had to say. Let's keep moving right along. So we talk about ESG. We think it's BS. You think it's BS. Well, guess what? It's still used. It's still of importance. It was something that was created by BlackRock. So essentially the way it works stands for environmental, society, and governance. So if you don't hit on all three, you're essentially deemed non-investable. And so none of these big VC firms from the traditional world of finance will even touch it. And so this is kind of funny. SPF's FTX, his exchange, got a higher ESG score on leadership and governance than ExxonMobil. And this is the proof right here. So just goes to show you how BS it is and how... man, this is... you can't make this stuff up. Okay. So this leads me to the next article. This is from Cointelegraph. Huobi and Gate.io are under fire for allegedly sharing snapshots using loaned funds. You can see here the date. October 28, 2022 was when the audit was released, okay? And money was moved in on October 21st, right here. Was sent to Gate.io on October 21st of this year, and the audit snapshot was done on October 28th, just 7 days later. A wallet address linked to the Huobi exchange was found transferring 10,000 ETH to Binance and OKX deposit wallets soon after releasing its asset snapshot. Then you had this tweet from CZ. If any exchange has to move large amounts of crypto before or after they demonstrate their wallet addresses, it is a clear sign of problems. Stay away. You know, I tweeted something on our Twitter today. I said, if you want to know who cares about you, who cares about crypto, and who's got their exchange down pat, look at the people that are telling you to custody their own crypto. You have CZ from Binance, and you have Jesse Powell from Kraken. These two people, literally, the way they make their money and their jobs, right, and how they keep their companies alive is by custodying people's crypto. And they are telling you that you should custody your own crypto. And so think about it from a logical, common point of view, right? Just break it down to its simplest form. If I have something to hide, am I going to push for you to do something that'll kind of put me on blast? No. If Binance was in liquidity troubles, which I'm not saying they're not, I'm just saying, would the president of that company, the founder of that company, come out and say, yeah, you should pull all your money off of exchanges, knowing that his exchange is the biggest exchange out there? Same thing with Kraken. Would they do that? No. And so keep that in mind. And so here's something interesting too, which, by the way, Mario Nawfal on Twitter, he's the one that's been running this 24-hour Twitter Spaces. They had Elon Musk on there. They had senators on there. They had all these CEOs of the exchanges on there. Definitely recommend you guys go follow him. He tweeted this and said, the same auditors behind FTX also approved the proof of reserve snapshots that are coming under scrutiny at Gate.io and Huobi. These snapshots look to have been fluffed up by Wash Transactions from Crypto.com, who claims that this was a mistake, and we're going to get into that in a second. But before I move on, what do you guys think? What are your guys' thoughts on everything going on? I'm curious to know what the chat thinks. And again, if you're new here, this isn't our traditional setup. We do have another co-host and a producer. So I'm going to bring you information, give you my thoughts. And I also want to kind of get the community's take on this. So maybe have it back and forth. So what do you guys think? Let me know. All right. So let's move on to, so one more thing before I move on to crypto.com. And I'm going to share with you guys is, this is from Brad Mills Scan, right? Brad Mills. Get your Bitcoin the F off Robinhood. Jump, which by the way, Jump is what Robinhood uses to execute their trades, right? Jump was in bed with Alameda and 3AC. Jump ate nearly $1 billion in losses, bailing out Wormhole and Terra Luna. Jump was a massive holder of Solana, FTX token, and Serum, which are all wrecked. And by the way, Serum, I'm not going to cover this in detail, but they did hard fork because their wallet and their funds were at risk with FTX. And the Robinhood chose Jump to execute these trades. And so a couple of things I want to share here. If you're not familiar with Robinhood, they started with traditional stocks, not tokenized, but you can buy like Bitcoin, you can buy 0.1. You could do the same thing on Robinhood, but with traditional stocks. Then they got into cryptocurrency. And so this one says, this is from Jump Crypto, believes in a multi-chain future that Wormhole Crypto is a central infrastructure. That's why we replaced 120,000 ETH to make community members whole. They lost that in the Wormhole. Also, we're happy to announce that we're leading the Luna Foundation's 1 billion token sales. So there's your proof they had exposure to Luna. Pyth offers, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read that one. But kind of interesting. Until Robinhood proves otherwise, assume that your coins are heavily at risk right now if you're stored on Robinhood. Even if Jump says the funds are safe, they are not to be trusted. I agree. He could be wrong. But pretty credible guy. Okay? He could be wrong, but guess what? I'd rather be safe than sorry. Rather be safe than sorry, and you should too. All right, so let's move on to crypto.com, okay? Let me take a sip of my coffee here real quick. So Dylan LeClaire from Bitcoin Magazine is a senior writer. Let me preface, before I read this, by saying that this guy was on Celsius before anyone was talking about them going insolvent. He was on Terra Luna before anyone was talking about him going insolvent. And so he wrote this really nice Twitter thread, okay? The CEO of Crypto.com says they accidentally sent $400 million of ETH to the wrong address. Wildly irresponsible. Do you guys agree? How do you send $400 million to the wrong address? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when I go to send us anything over $500, I will literally sit there and I will reread every single letter and number of the wallet address. I'll bring my wife to sit next to me. I'll say, all right, I'm going to read this to you. You read off the screen, make sure it's correct. And you tell me this guy, the CEO of one of the largest crypto exchanges, fat fingered a $400 million withdrawal or sending. And this is, by the way, this was Chris, who is the CEO, Chris Marsazlik from Crypto.com, said he tried to explain it. Said it was supposed to be a move to new cold storage address, but was sent to a whitelisted external exchange address. We work with a gate team, and the funds were subsequently returned to our cold wallets. We've now replaced blah, 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 blah. And then Dylan goes on to say BitMEX is launching Crow, which is the ecosystem token for Crypto.com. They're launching futures contracts. Major deja vu here, and he refers to how the same thing happened. The same thing happened with FTT and with everything else. Sorry, guys, my dog in the background is going crazy. Crow's market cap, totally organic price action. He talks about, now this is something I'm kind of going to disagree with, and I'll talk with Robin about this. He said he's saying the Crow token pumped right around the same time the $700 million licensing deal was named for the Staples Center. But we were we were at the tail end of a bull market. And so it's completely feasible to think, hey, the token would have pumped anyways, right? You see Staples Center, where my iconic Los Angeles Lakers play, who we suck right now, by the way. But that's enough in a bull market to pump the price of a token 30, 40, 50, 60%. So I'm kind of going to disagree with him on here as far as him saying that, hey, it's kind of convenient. The token price pumped right when the Staples Center news came out, right? Crypto.com Arena trying to make their money back. Possible. I don't know. There's other explanations to why the token might have pumped, and that being we're in a bull market. So ask yourself, where have we seen this before? Celsius, FTX, ring any bells? Said, I swear this is a flat circle. So don't worry, CEO cleared up any worries. Talked about that they sent the crypto to the wrong address. And he talks about where they getting the 5% yield in Bitcoin. And these are some of the yield products. And we talked about this on our stream also, guys. If the higher the interest rate, you got to think, right? If Cardano's paying 4% when you stake on chain, and an exchange is offering you 8%, well, ask yourself, right? Common sense. Where is that extra 4% coming from? On top of what they have to make, right? So where are they getting 10, 11% to give you 8%, right? We know the banks are charging us 22% interest on our credit cards and giving us 0.01%. But we have these crypto exchanges giving us 8%. When on chain you stake, you get 4%. Where is that extra money coming from, right? A lot of risk, we assume, has to be taken for these exchanges to offer these kind of rates, right? So keep that in mind. And so he also talks about, I don't have an inside scoop on the state of Crypto.com's balance sheet, but my own intuition tells me they aren't in a good place. and he quotes this article from CoinDesk, crypto exchange, crypto.com's downsizing larger than previously reported. So he's pretty much drawing the conclusion that, hey, they downsized, they fired a lot more people than they said they were. Is something wrong? Are they in more trouble than they're leading on to be? So that's the conclusion he's drawing there. And he said, in the current exchange model, you make 0% on the custody of assets if you're doing things in a sound manner. Maybe a small fee on withdrawals. Said mass withdrawals should be no harm to your business model unless you have a hole in your balance sheet. Speaking of balance sheets, this is crypto.com's balance sheet, which everyone is freaking out about. Oh, why? And let me actually exit this and make this bigger this way so you guys can see here. So this is crypto.com's balance sheet, right? This is from them, from Nansen, $2.6 billion. And what everyone is freaking out about is, hey, why do you have $310 million in SHIB? So my first thing is, well, if a lot of people are holding SHIB on your exchange, obviously you're going to have SHIB. So to me, not really of any big concern. They have about 355 million in ETH, about 307 million in Bitcoin. So what do you guys think? Does that worry you? The whole SHIB thing, 310 million, to me, not an issue. And then he goes on to say the proof of reserves. All right. So here's something interesting. This is from Stacker Satoshi. Crypto.com currently holds about $300 million in stable coins in their wallets. It has just been revealed that during this year, they have sent more than $1 billion in USDC to FTX. They have also sent significant amounts of their Crow token. No conclusions drawn, just looking for answers. And this is on chain. Here's the beauty of it. And I'm going to drop my picture here, guys, so you can see. Here is the beauty of blockchain. Everything can be verified. You can see everything for yourself. You don't have to take anyone's word for it. You don't have to take his word for it. You don't have to take my word for it. Look for yourself. Out crypto.com in FTX, right? Why? Why did they send that much money to FTX? Okay. Now we have this. One of the first 100 employees at crypto.com said it is almost impossible for a $400 million to be accidentally transferred without manual approval and various checks. Makes sense, right? Common sense. Give me 1 second, guys. Document from the federal judge in South Carolina. Sorry, guys. So, common sense, right? Why? How? Right? $400 million. That's more than they hold in Bitcoin. That's more than they hold in ETH. That's more than they hold in anything. And you accidentally send it to the wrong address. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really buy it. And this guy also went on and said, I was fired from crypto.com as I had ethical concerns about how the company was run. Now, of course, we like to look at both sides, right? Like we have me, Robin, Sin City Crypto. We have zero reason to lie, to FUD. We don't have any money on crypto.com. We don't hold any stake. We're not getting paid by them. They're not our sponsors. We don't get harmed if we prop them up, and we don't gain if they go crashing down. So this is just our opinion, right? And so this is, you can argue that, hey, this is a gruntled employee. Maybe he's just trying to, add fuel to the fire. Fine, right? I can accept that. But you can't explain to me how $400 million was accidentally sent to a wrong address. I don't know about you guys. I call BS on that. I call complete BS on that. Now, here's crypto.com's actual website, and you can kind of see, and so that way it's all transparent. It's not just me drawing conclusions. Earn up to 14.5% on your crypto. Where in the world is anyone paying 14.5% on crypto? Not in traditional finance, not in treasury securities, not in bonds, not in the highest risk junk bonds. The banks damn sure ain't paying it. And by the way, if you guys want to check this out for yourself, it's crypto.com/US/earn. Earn up to 5% on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is proof of work. You don't stake tokens to earn staking rewards on Bitcoin. So where's that 5% coming from, right? 6% on ETH and 8.5% on stable coins. Now, I want to be fair, okay? I've showed this on Nexo. I've showed the rich list, and I said I'm worried because 10% or 10 wallets hold over 92% of the tokens. Well, with crypto.com, it's actually different. If we click over here on the rich list, which by the way, if you guys want to check this yourself, the website is called coincarp.com, coincarp.com. So this is the rich list, right? Pretty freaking spread out, guys. Top 10 holders only control 7.6. Top 100 holders control 8.1. And you can see here it's been steadily growing. And you can see some of these exchanges, right? Or some of these wallets, right? This wallet, this is one wallet that holds close to a billion Crow tokens. And so I want to be fair, okay? And here you can look at the exchange wallets, right? All the exchanges that let you trade and hold Crow, they have to have that as liquidity. And you can see here, Crypto.com, KuCoin, Huobi, Coinbase Pro. So pretty spread out, right? So not necessarily worried in that sense, right? But my whole thing is, and I forget who said this, it was either CZ or someone said, be weary of an exchange that has a token, right? We saw what happened with FTX, okay? So if you're not familiar with what this whole thing with the FTT token and why it's such a big deal, so FTX came out with the FTT token and they pretty much put it out of thin air. They were moving money back and forth to Alameda, so they would sell Alameda these tokens, right? They would hold a majority of the tokens in their wallets, and so Alameda would have, say, a $2 billion worth of FTT token on their balance sheet. Well, they would inflate the price, then Alameda would take their balance sheet with $2 billion of FTT token on there and everything else they had on there, go to an actual VC firm or go to raise money, and they would say, hey, our company has $4 billion on their assets, on our balance sheet. We're worth this much money. They would raise real money, take that money, buy more FTT tokens from FTX. So FTX get that money. Alameda gets the tokens in return. Price goes up. Alameda now has $4 billion worth of the FTT token. Now they go back and say, hey, look, our company now is worth $4 billion. They raise more money. It's called a flywheel scheme, right? And the difference here with crypto.com, even though the ecosystem is not fully built out yet with Kronos, it actually serves some utility. But the utility in more higher interest, earn interest on your coins, lower trading fees, which is what FTX did. So, and I'm going to agree with this, right? And this is not saying crypto.com is going under or they're shady, right? Because we don't have enough evidence for that yet, okay? But just be weary, right? Coinbase doesn't have their own token. People say Binance has their token, but BNB is a fully built out ecosystem with DeFi and NFTs. So I'm not buying that. So Crow, FTX, KuCoin. A lot of people say I love KuCoin. Me personally, I've never been a fan of KuCoin. I've had some issues withdrawing money. I've had some issues depositing money. Their customer service sucks, but I get it. They're liquid. They've been around for a long time. They have tons of trading pairs and a lot of assets you can trade on. Okay, so what I want to share next is what everyone is talking about, right? Audit reports. We're going to show proof of reserves, a third party. Well, there's a problem with these third parties, okay? And I'm going to go over that here in a second. So I pulled up an example of Nexo's audit report from Armanino, okay? It's a third-party audit company, right? This is their report right here. Customer liabilities as of November 12, 2022 are $3 billion or $3 billion? $3 billion. And Nexo's assets exceed its customer liabilities. That's their audit report, guys. How about what's liquid? What's not liquid? What do you owe? What's on exchanges? What's staked? What, right? And this leads me to this. This was from the South Carolina, I believe, attorney general or federal court or something, when they filed their cease and desist order. This is what they said, okay? This is what they said. Let me see if I can make this bigger for you guys. I'm not sure if I can, but I can. Beautiful. All right. So, despite representations by Nexo, the data and figures set forth in the Armanino report contain several material shortcomings, as described in the report's agreed upon procedures that limit the report's ability to provide assurances of Nexo's financial stability. These limitations include 1. A failure to identify non-customer liabilities. Who do you owe money to? Do you owe money to Alameda? Do you owe money to FTX? 2, failure to identify whether customer liabilities include the collateral that Nexo holds for over-collateralized retail loans. 3, a failure to identify the liquidity of Nexo's assets. Nexo can say, we have $10 billion of Ethereum, so we're good, right? It exceeds our thing. What if that 10 billion is staked and they can't access it? Now what? Now what? Now when there's a bank run, you're screwed. You're screwed. And so that's what I'm saying. So yes, it sounds great. Proof of reserves, third party, yay, yay, no yay, no yay. We need something like Chainlink to come in with their proof of reserves audit. They're a freaking Oracle. It's literally what they do. Literally what they do. They query data from on-chain wallets, addresses, whatever the case may be, and they bring it all. They can see what's staked, what's not staked, what they owe, what they don't owe. This BS, their assets are this much, or their liabilities are this much, and their assets are this, so they're good. No, BS. Don't buy into that BS. And then the fourth thing on what this document says: a failure to identify doubtful loan accounts. Example: a distressed or non-paying borrower accounts. Like if Alameda owes you money, if Voyager owed you money, if Celsius owed you money. They didn't make any distinction, and they could just add that on. Hey, we lend Voyager $500 million. They owe us. You put that on your balance sheet as an asset that it's owed, or whatever the case may be. That's not specified, okay? And 5, a failure to identify whether Nexo's deposit liabilities are secured or otherwise collateralized by Nexo's 100% assets. I'm going to read and highlight this at the same time, okay? And I'm going to make this extremely large for you guys. As such, this report is of limited value and cannot be used to support Nexo's claims that Nexo's assets exceed their liabilities by more than 100%. This also went on to say that if you take Nexo's own tokens off of their balance sheet, that they would be upside down. We talked about Nexo in a separate video. We did our video on Friday afternoon. It went live at 2:15 p.m. We covered all this. We covered their thing. I'm not here to talk about Nexo right now. We've already talked about this. But go check it out, guys. Go check it out. And let me know what you guys think. I'm going to take a quick break here. Take a look at what the chat is thinking. So if you're new here, guys, my name is David. I am a third of Sin City Crypto. Usually we do our live stream at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. We do have a co-host, Robin, and our producer, Rocco. But with everything going on, and our commitment to our community, we've been streaming at weird times. We've done like 8 or 9 streams this week where we typically only do 5. And so just wanted to, hop up here, share the information I have with you guys, just so you're in the loop. I'll be damned if my community is not in the know and knows everything they need to know. I'm not saying I'm going to tell you what to do, but I'll be damned if you guys don't have the information that I have to make the decisions for yourself and for your family that puts you in the best financial position. So awesome. Yeah, guys, we got 1,000 people in here. We only have 156 likes. Come on, man. My kids wanted to play Sequence, but I told them I got to stream. Can we at least get like a 40% like ratio? Can you help us out here, guys? All right. So let's take a look at what the price of crypto is doing, what Bitcoin is doing. And the Crow token, a little bit of trouble. Let's take a look. So currently we're at 811 billion in market cap. Let me go ahead and refresh this, guys, so we bring you the most. Yeah, we're down. We're gonna go under 800 billion. Volume still pretty low though, 62 billion in volume. When we saw the whole fiasco with Celsius, with when FTX news first broke, we did see that this volume right here got up to over $200 billion. $200 billion. And so we're sitting at 62 right now. Bitcoin dominance is at 38.2% and ETH at 18%. Bitcoin's under 16K, down 1.5% over the last hour. ETH at 1180. I was talking to a lot of people. They were surprised ETH hasn't gone lower. and it might have a lot to do with their issuance. They're currently a deflationary token with the move to proof of stake. Tether, their market cap was at, I believe, at 69 billion, so they've lost about 3 billion. USD coin, you can see, guys, this is what's happening. People are moving their money in stable coins. BUSD, USDC, and Tether in the top 6. 3 out of the top 6 cryptos are stable coins. BNB's 268. XRP Army down, or XRP down 30% over the last 7 days at 32 cents. If you're an XRP fan, throw up an X in the chat. And if you're a member of our channel, you're a paying member, go ahead and use your XRP emoji that we created for you guys. Cardano at 31 cents. Doge at 8 cents. Not even Elon Musk can save Doge right now. And then Polygon, 85 cents. But and then Solana at 12.59, something else I want to highlight. But let's take a look at the biggest losers over the last 24 hours. Crypto.com, down 23.65%. Let's take a look at the biggest losers over the last 7 days. Solana, followed by Crypto.com. Now, why am I making a big deal out of this? Why am I highlighting this so much? Which by the way, real quick, Aptos, Chronos, Solana. Or well, not Chronos. Solana and Aptos, two of the top three losers were massively held by Alameda and FTX. Contagion, we talk about this, it ain't over. So the reason why I highlight Chronos is because we don't know what their balance sheet looks like, right? We don't know how much Crypto.com owns. We don't know whether it's a majority on their balance sheet. We don't even know if they keep it on their balance sheet. But if we assume that the way FTX had their FTT token listed as a majority of their assets on their balance sheet, if Crypto.com has the same thing, you got to assume they've taken a beating. And we saw what happened when the FTT token crashed, right? And so is something similar playing out? Who knows? Also, please, if you guys can, go ahead and share. Share if you've had any issues with Crypto.com. If you have a Crypto.com account, have you tried withdrawing? Are you having any issues? Black-Eyed Child said, still waiting on algo transfer out of Crypto.com. I'm just going to go ahead and read some comments here, you guys. Said, look at Huobi. Yeah, there was some news about Huobi. I kind of already went over that, but good riddance, centralized exchanges. Skies are open again. I'm taking the... Hey, Kenny said he's taking the chance on Crow. Hey, man. It's your money, bro. Do what you want. Just, we brought you the info. Your decision. Has anyone taken a long position on a short squeeze? Where do you think KuCoin token is going up? That's a good question, my friend. Let's take a look at where KuCoin token is. KCS. Yeah, KuCoin token is up 5%. I don't know, and I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't know too much about KuCoin token, what utility. I kind of know that they give you less fees, right? When you trade, right? Lowered fees. Other than that, I don't know. And there's another exchange that has a token that kind of worries me. And here you go, guys. Only 58% of the total supply is currently circulating. So what's going to happen to the rest? Which reminds me, let me check what Crypto.com's token, what their so this one's got about 83% circulating, much better. Honestly, and let me throw my picture on here. Honestly, guys, I'm not as worried about, Crypto.com, I am a little worried. They spent a crap load of money, right, at the wrong time. The $700 million, the UFC thing, they're paying every match. They're paying the winner Bitcoin. At the end of the day, what you guys got to understand is if we go back to the early 1900s and we take a look at history, the reason the central banks came about was because that massive bank run that almost brought down the entire, did bring down the entire economy, which led to the Great Depression. Is once 1, 2, 3 dominoes fall, even if your bank, even if your exchange has done nothing but right by you, you've had no issues withdrawing, you've gotten paid your interest on time every single month, their customer service is amazing. What you got to understand is once this contagion spreads and people make a bank run on these centralized exchanges, if your exchange is not 100% cross your T's, dot your I's, you have a real chance of going down. I don't care if you're Coinbase. I don't care if you're Binance. I don't care if you're KuCoin. I don't care if you're anyone. If enough people start panicking and withdrawing money off the exchanges, you're at risk. And so do you guys really trust any of these centralized exchanges to be backed one-to-one, user deposit, user money held versus what they have ready to let you withdraw your money? Do you? I don't. And that's why I've taken all my money off exchanges, and I recommend you do too. Speaking of taking money off exchanges, we shared this on our Twitter, and I'm going to share it with you guys. So this is from CoinGlass. Feel free to use it yourself if you'd like. Bitcoin balance on exchanges, okay? Look at the last 24 hours. Over 16,500 Bitcoin has left exchanges. Over the last 7 days, 191. Makes it bigger for you guys. 191,000 Bitcoin, not dollars, Bitcoin, which, if my math is correct, is close to $3.2-ish billion, has left exchanges. With number one coming in with Coinbase, 69,297 Bitcoin has left their exchange, followed by Binance, close to 59K. Couple oddballs here. Bitfinex had an influx of 5,500. I don't have a reason or an explanation for why this happened. If you guys do, please feel free to share. I personally don't. Then you have 13,000 has left Gemini, 15,900 has left Kraken, 12,000 has left Bybit, 4,000 Gate.io, and 20,000 has left FTX. FTX currently has 4.8 Bitcoin on their exchange. I wonder who's going to get that. Now, here's something interesting. So I use this CoinGlass all the time, and I saw this little red dot. And I look here, and centralized exchange transparency. Never seen that before. Cool. Let me take a look. So it shows you all the exchanges and the total value locked, which excludes IOU assets issued by the centralized exchange that are already counted on another chain, such as Binance pegged BTC in the Binance Smart Chain. Then you have the clean TVL, which is excluding all assets issued by themselves, such as their own token. So you have Binance, 66 billion, and you take away their BNB token and the BUSD, you have 54.3. Crypto.com, 2.64 versus 2.54. OKX 5.3 flat across. So cool idea. You can see also shows you their auditor, who it is. You see Coinbase has Deloitte, which is highly respected, but their last audit date was over a year ago, or was a little less than a year ago. Kraken had theirs in June. So look at this, guys. These companies have been doing audits before this whole debacle, this whole mess happened. Take that for what you want. So pretty interesting. Again, coinglass.com. Let me know what you guys think. All right, I'm going to take a break from the computer, take a look at the chat real quick. If you are new here, welcome to Sin City Crypto. My name is David. We do live show Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So what was the updated FTX news? Well, Sam Bankman-Fried tweeted, we had the news from the Bahamas that the money that was being siphoned off their exchange, FTX came out and said, hey, we've been told, we've gotten the approval, they want us to do it, but no, that's not true. They lied. Adam EKG Gold Channel said, will crypto ever recover from this Armageddon? Listen, everything that's happened isn't about crypto. It's not about Bitcoin. It's about bad people. It's about bad actors. And what's happened and what is happening with FTX happens almost on a daily in the world of traditional finance. It's just you don't hear about it because nothing's on chain, right? They get to do whatever they want. So it happens across. But when you have a company like FTX, the third largest, Alameda Research, $20-30 billion compared to a $1 trillion, $2 trillion market cap of an entire industry, of course it's going to hurt more. Of course. If FTX, if we take FTX on the same level they're at and move them into traditional finance and they went under, it might have not even made the news. Seriously. They're calling FTX the Lehman Brothers moment, and we're at a $3 trillion, or now we're at under a $1 trillion market cap. So, yes, crypto is going to come back. Bitcoin is not going anywhere. Ethereum is not going anywhere. The technology has not changed. Blockchain has not changed. Institutions have not changed. Yes, will they be more weary? Yes. But the technology has nothing to do with centralized exchanges. Bitcoin has nothing to do with centralized exchanges. If you got into crypto because you believe in the technology, you're excited about what it can do to enhance humanity, to enhance business, to enhance everything, nothing changes. Yes, speed bumps, hiccups. And in my opinion, and I was talking to Rob about this probably set us back an extra year, year and a half, possibly 2 years. I don't know. Do you guys think that's crazy? Let me know. No FUD, this is real. Guys, it's not about FUD, guys. It's not about FUD. I'm not sitting here and saying and making false statements, okay? I'm showing you information, and you do with that information as you please. We tell you what we're going to do, and I'm not saying you should follow what we do, because, of course, none of this is financial advice. But ultimately, it's your money. It's your investment. You know, we have people in our Discord today saying, hey, you guys are FUDing. I'm going to keep buying Crow Token. Cool, bro. Buy Crow Token, man. I hope Crypto.com is one of the only exchanges that's pulls through and Crow Token goes up to $2 and you make a crap load of money. I hope that's what happens. But if it goes the other way and it crashes and you lose all your money, don't come to me crying, right? Don't come to us and say, oh my God, you were warned, you were given the information, and whatever you decided to do with it, that's what you decided to do with it, right? So if you're going to take decisions into your own hands, right, you got to take the consequences into your own hands as well. All right. Let's see. Let's see what else the chat is thinking. These FTX clowns are going to jail. Yes, they are. Solana vibes. Shorting Solana vibes. Question, David. How do you get your hair to stand up like that? I don't know. Can't tell you. Even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you. So, yeah. Anyways, let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. Kind of see where Bitcoin's at. I'm going to go ahead and share my laptop here. This is Bitcoin on the 1 hour. Of course, everything is bleeding. We're coming in at $15,989. I mean, the next level of support here was the low we put in at 15.5. So, great time to accumulate Bitcoin, guys. Not financial advice, but I mean, think about it, right? Think about black swan events, which, it seems like over the last 6 months, we've had nothing but black swan events. But think about an event like, let's say, the pandemic, right? And Bitcoin crashed, everything crashed, but we knew exactly why it crashed. And we knew that it didn't change fundamentally what stocks are, what crypto is, what anything is, what real estate is. And so you would have bought Bitcoin at $3,800, $4,000, right? And, even if you didn't sell and you're still holding it, you're still 4x on your money, 5x on your money. And so with the black swan event like Luna, 3AC, FTX, we know why the price of Bitcoin has gone down. We know it, right? Did it change Bitcoin's proof of work consensus? Did it change the way Bitcoin transactions are validated? Did it change the nodes? Did it change the software? Did it change who wants to use it? Did it change who's holding Bitcoin? For the people that matter, no, it didn't. And so if you look at something like Bitcoin at $16,000, I mean, were you one of the people that were saying at 70K, oh my God, I wish Bitcoin was back at 20K. I wish Bitcoin was down to 30K. Well, it's down to 16K. So if you're one of those people saying, hey, I wish it was down, well, here's your opportunity. And the dip can be explained. So anyways, that's kind of all I have, guys. I want to maybe take a few minutes to kind of read over the chat. If you guys have any questions or if you want to know my take on anything going on, please feel free to ask. I have staked Flavio. What's up, Flavio? Said I have staked ETH in Binance. What can I do? I mean, it's staked, right? So really nothing. I mean, Binance, of course, we're saying take everything off of exchanges, but at the end of the day, if I were to I'll read your super chat. Yeah, I will, HP. Sorry, it's just me. Now I got off track. If I were to say, all right, give me 2 exchanges you think are the safest, right? Probably say one Coinbase because they're a publicly traded company. They're domiciled in the U.S., right? Someone said on the Twitter Spaces they were grilling MEXC Global. They were on there. They were saying why would a company be domiciled in something like the Seychelles or something where regulation is not as tight, where you can get away with whatever you want to get to? I mean, look what FTX did. They're in the Bahamas, right? And so with Coinbase, what gives me a little, and I do have a little bit of money on Coinbase. It's not a lot, like $200-300. I'm going to keep it on there, right? I know what I'm saying, but 99% of my money is on my ledger. So they're a publicly traded company, right? They have to submit paperwork every quarter, right? They have to show stuff on their assets. They have shareholders, which, they have a responsibility to. They have a board of governors, right? They're very well put together. Not to mention they are the go-to exchange for miners when they sell their Bitcoin. And so that's Binance $500 million hack still hasn't been resolved yet. And then, of course, Binance being the number one, wouldn't worry too much. All right, so someone said I had a super chat here. Let me see if I can find it. Let us know where you guys are from. You're from the U.S. Here we go. HP said, how much was that Christmas tree behind you? I can't talk about it. If I tell you, I got to kill you. Also, Northwest said, if you had $30K, would you buy Bitcoin or alts for long term? Okay. Define long term. 2 years, 5 years, 1 year. Define it. Define it and I'll give you an answer. Yeah. Is there anything, appreciate you guys do for the, thanks for the info. You're very welcome, my friends. Bit4x. I'm not sure, Bit4x. Cardano is slow and nobody using it. It is what it is. We're actually big ADA fans here, but I get the people that aren't, right? It takes too long. You've been saying you're doing this, blah, 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 blah. Where are all the people at? So, Lifer, we love Lifer, by the way. If you're from the Lifer community, throw a 1 in the chat. The Lifer in the stream tonight sees in the charts 12K Bitcoin. I'll be first to admit, man, Lifer a few years ago came out and, or not a few months ago came out and said Bitcoin 7K. And I laughed. I was like, what is this guy talking about? Dude, he might be right. So Northwest said 5 years. So 5 years, 30K. Of course, not financial advice, but me personally, I would diversify. I'd probably put half in Bitcoin. Probably put about 25, 30% in ETH. Love Polygon, love Cardano, love Flow. I'll take a chance at Near Protocol. What else? That's pretty much it that comes off the top of my mind. Quant is great as well. With the whole CBDC thing. 5 years, 50K. Gala I like too for the gaming space, but yeah. Shout out to Lifers. That's right. All right. I think that's all I got. Let's check Twitter real quick, see if there's anything going on. By the way, guys, I kind of did this just to give you guys an update. Didn't have really any article. I found one article, pulled it up. Didn't really have anything that I really wanted to talk about or hone in. And we'll definitely get into more detail with everything going on during our stream tomorrow. So if you're here now, make sure to join us tomorrow, Monday to Friday, at 1:30 p.m. or 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our daily live stream. So I'm just checking Twitter here. You guys can check with me. So, a lot of people make fun of Twitter, but Twitter, a lot of great info. It's a fast way to get info out. You just got to know who to follow. You got to know, who's credible, who actually provides sources and not just BS. This is Dylan Leclerc tweeted this earlier. I have sources telling me things that I read at crypto.com. We already heard about this. Kraken. Kraken did halt withdrawals. Here we go. Potential bank run on crypto.com may be in progress. Okay, I haven't seen these guys, but it looks like they have a chart. Let's take a look here. Nearly 90,000 unique transactions have been processed in the last few hours, suggesting that users are scrambling to get their funds off. Here you go. And here you go, guys. Right? So to me, this is credible. Gives you proof. Like, look at that spike, man. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be nasty. And again, what worries me with crypto.com is how much earn they're giving. Where is that earn coming from? Their exposure to FTX. Why did they send $1 billion of stable coins? Right? So bank run is happening. The bank run, we're watching it happen right now. Are they going to fold? I hope not. But hey, to each their own. If they do, hey, you didn't do things right. But and then I want to share something about crypto.com too that I kind of did a little digging. I found out myself, but Chris damn it, I forget his name, Marzalek, whatever. Him and Bobby Bao, they were the part of the co-founding team of crypto.com. They were also worked together with Ensago. I forget the name of the company, but when Chris came into that company, 2 years later, that company went under, and there was rumors and people came forward and saying they lost a lot of money. People were saying they were scammed. They had a lot of money with, I can't, help me with the name, guys, Ensago or in some. Anyways, but there was a lot of complaints about that. Now, I'm not saying that he's scamming everyone with crypto.com, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay. Guys, if crypto's in Ledger, would this affect the price when traded back to exchanges? If crypto's in Ledger, would this affect the price? Would what affect the price? No, the amount of, if you hold one Bitcoin, when you send it to an exchange, you have one Bitcoin, right? So depending on what the price is, that's what you're going to get. Binance is the best in my opinion. BNB I hold. They're the largest exchange. But again, guys, definitely recommend get your own crypto or get your own hardware wallet, custody your own crypto. Imagine all these investors running to the nearest bank and try to withdraw these amount of fiat. Exactly. XRP Hitman. Exactly. Imagine all these investors running to the nearest bank and try and withdraw these amounts of fiat. Exactly. Said that. They wouldn't even have enough money to give you all your withdrawals. They would have to pause withdrawals. But here's the difference, guys. They got the Federal Reserve behind them. They got the U.S. Treasury Department behind them. They got the U.S. government behind them. Guess who crypto has behind them? No one. They try to get bailouts from each other, but you saw what happened when FTX tried to get a bailout. You saw what happened when Celsius tried to get a bailout. It's just, just not working. All right, I'm going to take a quick peek. You guys throw some questions in there if you have questions. I'll do some Q&A for a little bit. Throw your questions in there, and I'll pick a couple to answer. In the meantime, I'm going to check, see if there's any other breaking news coming out so I can go ahead and share with you guys. South Korea summons no. Yeah, crypto.com, token tank, exchange offloads hit historic high. Yeah, let's see what this one is. Look on chain, did some digging into the reserves. What discovered is raised eyebrows, but not all that surprising. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's check this out. All right, so guys, I'm going to share this the first time. This is the first time I'm seeing it, so we're going to read this together. So this is from Look on Chain. We did analysis of wallets of crypto.com. This was today at 3:21. Here are some of our findings. Ethereum wallets and 5 ETH wallets and 6 Bitcoin wallets hold a total of 2.68 billion in assets. This is the breakdown. Here are the wallets. Here are the addresses. Crypto.com holds 58 trillion SHIB tokens, which is about 531 million, surpassing ETH and accounting for nearly 20% of their total assets. They also hold 1.2 billion Crow tokens, which amounts to about $80 million, accounting for 3% of their assets. So there's the answer to that question, right? We know FTX and Alameda, they were holding about 60 or 70 to 80% of the FTT token on their balance sheet. Crypto.com holds 1.6 billion worth of Bitcoin, ETH, USDT, blah, 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 blah. 40% of the assets are low liquidity assets. 40% of their assets are low liquidity assets. We found that crypto withdrew a total of 210 million USDT from Binance and 50 million USDC from Circle before Chris's announcement of their reserves, and tagged him and said, "Can you please explain this?" We found that they withdrew $210 million, so $260 million before the announcement. These are all the withdrawals you can see for yourself. This is great stuff, guys. This is what I'm talking about, being credible right here. Sources, proof, evidence. This is when they withdrew the 50 million. If you have funds on crypto.com, please pay attention to the safety of your funds. They hold a lot of SHIB and Crow, and they withdrew $210 million from Binance before releasing the reserve, which is very strange. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think? Is that strange? Are you worried? Let me know. All right, let me go over to the chat here. See what's going on. Let's see. Any question? OTC ruins crypto. I think ETH long term. We're super bullish on ETH long term, 10 years. I think ETH could be a 25, 30K dollar or 25, 30K a coin. Dave, I know you read charts. Do you day trade or just hodl? I do trade sometimes, but honestly, guys, I get so busy with the show and putting content together. I don't really have time to like get in and out of trades, and I just don't. Best guess, what price range do you see a rounded bottom happening? Survey says 10 to 14K. Yeah, I can see that, 10 to 14K. But don't be surprised if we see a sub 10K. I thought the bottom was in, right? Until everything with FTX started happening. Okay, someone said CZ tweeted something. Let's take a look here. Which, by the way, guys, if you're new here, this is not our normal show. We're doing a little more community-based. Binance number short FTT. We do more community, or I'm doing a more community-based thing here where I'm kind of getting the community involved, but we typically do more content-specific articles, giving our opinions. And we are missing our man Robin, who is not with us. I think he went to go see a movie or something. But anyways, guys, if this was Robin, he would go all day long. But me, I don't like to babble. I don't know. If I'm out of things to talk about, I'm out of things to talk about. Who's going to jail? Anybody? Yeah. Sam is going to jail. Caroline is going to jail. Gary the Gun Gensler is going to jail. And $1.49 unicorn sticker from Adam EKG or EK Gold channel. Thank you so much, my friend. First viewer, like you're engaging. Thank you, XRP Hitman. We appreciate you. I need help. Artist on board Web3. Any suggestions? No idea. How come nobody hacks the Fed? Really, bro? Come on, Yowzer. Come on. All right, let's see. Maybe pick one or two more questions here. I'm just seeing, and then if I'm big short. Thoughts on XLM? Thoughts on Exodus? Okay, thoughts on Exodus. Too expensive, man. Okay. So you're talking about storing your coins. I think it's fine. It is still connected to the internet. It is, I would recommend doing the desktop wallet. It's still connected to the internet. But as far as swapping, I know they connect with Trezor. As far as swapping, way too expensive. Especially if you're going cross-chain, way too expensive. Money Mike said, appreciate you, homie. I appreciate you too, homie. Thank you so much. We love our community. Well, I love our community. Robin doesn't love anything. First time in chat, that's engaging for your true feelings. Got a lot on KuCoin. What's your feelings on them? Illimac, welcome to the chat first and foremost, my friend. As far as KuCoin, I kind of said this earlier in the stream, but I'll say it again. I had, me personally, and I'm not saying that everyone's had these issues, but I've had some issues withdrawing money, getting in contact with their customer service. I had one time I'd moved money in, the money wasn't there. 3 weeks later, I heard back from them finally, and in the meantime, and that was money I was sending to trade on leverage, and so I wasn't able to do that. But I've had a good experience with KuCoin. Plus, again, the whole thing with an exchange that has their own token. Kind of weary about that right now, guys, to be completely honest with you. Whether it's warranted or not, that's just me being paranoid. I'd rather be paranoid than get hit in the face and not get hit by a moving truck and not expect it. Cold storage, ledger. Yeah. If you haven't bought your ledger yet, guys, we do have a link to our ledger if you want to support the channel. I think we only make like 10%. 10% off of whatever you buy. So it's like $16 or something. A little bit helps. So if you guys want to support the channel, there's something. So I've been trying to fix our link, and there was something wrong with the back end of the link is a little broken. So what I recommend, guys, go to our link tree. It says check out all our socials. Go to our link tree and just copy paste the whole thing. And guys, you know what? Actually, it's not on here anymore. I got rid of it. Damn it. Okay. I will work on the link and I will get that to you guys if you do want to support the channel. But please don't wait. If you're ready to buy a ledger or a Trezor hardware wallet, don't wait for the link. Do it. And give a shit less about money right now. I want everyone to be safe. Are there any exchanges that don't have their own token? Yeah, Coinbase doesn't have their own token. You can argue Binance doesn't have their own. Well, you can't because they have BUSD. Coinbase doesn't have their own token. Kraken doesn't have their own token. By the way, I've had zero issues with Kraken. Not saying I would trust them right now. I think I have maybe a little bit of Polkadot that I staked in there for 12%. That's it. Maybe like $200 worth, if that, maybe $150. But, you know, Kraken CEO Jesse Powell came out and said, guys, custody your own crypto. And for me, when you're telling people to do the opposite of what brings your exchange money, you earn my trust just a little bit more. So Kraken, Coinbase, let's see, Huobi has their own token. I don't think Gate.io has their own token. Either way, but again, the reason I think Coinbase is okay, yeah, Gate.io, yeah, Neves said Gate.io, yeah. Because they're, again, Coinbase, publicly traded company. They have investors to answer to. They have government officials to answer to. They have to submit documents, right? Every quarter, earnings. Is Coinbase wallet safe? Probably. I don't know. I'd rather use Trust Wallet than Coinbase Wallet. But, yeah. All right. Let's take a look at the markets real quick. See where everything is at. Last time we checked, Bitcoin was at 15.9, which is right where it's at right now. Again, ETH, we'll take a look at the biggest. So this is interesting. The Trust Wallet token is up 30% over the last day. And I'll share this with you guys. Trust Wallet token right here is up 30% over the last day, 77% over the last 7 days. And so I wasn't too familiar with what the Trust Wallet token does, but here you go. It's a BEP20 utility token, which, by the way, Binance, if you guys didn't know, Binance owns CoinMarketCap, and also Binance, they're the ones that came out with Trust Wallet, but CZS came out and said it's open source. We don't control it. We just created it. Trust Wallet itself is a mobile crypto, blah, blah, blah. Holders of TWT tokens unlock a variety of benefits when using Trust Wallet, including discounts on in-app crypto purchases and on the use of centralized exchange services. They can also participate in governance and vote on update proposals. So, yeah. We also had, I believe, KuCoin token is up 8%. Axie Infinity up 7%. So I didn't do too much digging into Axie Infinity, the AXS token, but apparently there was a hack or something. Which, if you guys remember the Ronin hack that happened, $600 million, man, that was a lot of money that was taken away. And then Convex Finance, don't know much. Toncoin, like, why is this pumping? This is dumb. Okay. All right, my friends. Well, that'll do it for the live stream today. Just wanted to thank you guys so much for tuning in. You know, I know, you know, we're in a tough spot, you know, in crypto right now with everything that's happened with crypto.com, or not crypto.com, with FTX. It all started with 3AC, Terra Luna, Celsius. Apparently, FTX was behind all of that. So it seems like everything came back to one person, right? And keep this in mind. Crypto is not going anywhere. It might get regulated, but it's not going anywhere. The technology has not changed, right? The use cases have not changed for the negative. They haven't gone away, right? Institutions are still looking at blockchain. They're still looking at digital currency. They're still looking at digital payment rails. That has not changed. Guys, remember that. Our portfolios might be down, but that's okay. Guess what? They're going to come back. And I'll say this one more time, and I said it earlier in today's stream. This might have been the greatest thing that happened to crypto, is finding out what kind of person Sam Bankman-Fried was, what he was doing behind the scenes, and we're only a week in. This thing is about to get real. We're about to see more contagion. Be safe. Custody your own crypto. Don't chase gains. Don't chase earn. Don't stake anything right now unless it's directly on chain from your hardware wallet. That'll do it for the stream, you guys. Love you so much. To all the new people, welcome to the Sinner community, the Sin City Sinners. And please join us at a regularly scheduled time at 10:30 a.m., 1:30 p.m., 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday for our daily live show. Until then, you guys, thank you so much. I love you. Stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow.